Well, moving on, virtually annihilated by Jayalalitha, the DMK demonstrated on Sunday that it can be every bit as thuggish and dangerous where it isn't in power. After virtual incitement against the media by party chief Karunanidhi, workers went on a rampage against journalists, including our very own video journalist Daniel, who was one of many who was manhandled and had his equipment actually damaged, Rishika.
Absolutely. DMK goons had orders from the very top, that's what we've learned. And a reluctant apology later hasn't really healed the outrage. Our correspondent Priyamvada was in the middle of this chaos and here's her report.
It was this comment by DMK chief Karunanidhi that sparked off the brazen attack on media persons outside Stalin's residence.
Attack on our crew by DMK cadre outside MK Stalin's house, reporting on the resignation that he had submitted. That's when a camera person, Daniel, was attacked. In fact, he came out and the cadre were there. They were trying to fall on him and they tried to attack him. In fact, they did attack him. Our camera was broken into pieces.
Hours after the assault, the DMK issued a half-hearted apology. Party Organizing Secretary TKS Elangovan said,
"We apologize for the attack on media persons. We assume that some miscreants would have mingled with our cadre and caused the confusion."
Clearly, this was another meek attempt by Stalin's party to put the blame on others for its own misdoings. The token apology was just a formality. After the outrage over the attack, the question now is whether a mere apology is enough. With Priyamvada in Chennai, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Now, what Karunanidhi and the DMK basically did, Rishika, was direct incitement to violence against journalists. So there's no real, apology coming from the DMK, from any of its leaders, least of all Stalin. Well, here's a tweet from him. Doesn't do anything. My sympathy for press reporters facing unpleasant events from external elements. I haven't seen a tweet with a greater number of euphemisms than this one single tweet by MK Stalin, who were present along with party workers. But as, Priyamvada herself has told us, those people were drunk. They were issuing direct threats to everybody there, and they were actually saying things like, "We will kill you if you don't stop reporting."
Absolutely. And Shiv, that tweet almost seems like a denial more than really, an apology or an explanation for what happened. A disastrous poll drubbing has left the DMK very frustrated and desperate, it seems. And not only did Karunanidhi blame the media for the debacle, but also the party cadre, as we've been telling you, physically attacked our TVTN crew, injuring our video journalist Daniel and, of course, destroying our equipment as well.
Family theatrics is one thing, but assaulting media, and that's Daniel on the screen behind us, for doing their job is unforgivable. While the DMK has now issued a written apology, the assault on the free press has been widely condemned by the entire political class.
It was a poll debacle that stunned the party. And an agitated DMK is trying hard to show all is well. Be it a dismissal of reports that Stalin has stepped down, or a lukewarm but meek effort nonetheless to cozy up to the new powers that be. But a frustrated DMK going a step too far by blaming the media for the disastrous drubbing in the elections.
Attack on our crew by DMK cadre outside MK Stalin's house, reporting on the resignation that he had submitted. That's when a camera person, Daniel, was attacked. In fact, he came out and the cadre were there. They were trying to fall on him and they tried to attack him. In fact, they did attack him. Our camera was broken into pieces.
Family drama, theatrics and changing political fortunes is one thing. Blaming the media for a frustrating loss may even be amusingly acceptable, but attacking the press for merely doing their job is simply unwarranted. Bureau Report, Headlines Today.